All right, the difference of two squares. You got to remember a word that we had last week. It starts with a C. It was a fancy word, and it represented things that had an a minus b, an a plus b, a 2x plus 3, a 2x minus 3. Anybody remember what that word is? Conjugates. Good morning, Tara. Okay, so if you ever have this word, write it down in here, conjugate. If you have a conjugate, or conjugates as the plural is, what happens is a very special case. So what I want to do over on the right-hand side, draw a line, and we're going to make up some conjugates. This is good review for the quiz today. This is a conjugate. 2x minus 3, what would the other half be? 2x plus 3. Now, here we go. Need a little help here. Let's FOIL this out. 2x times 2x is? How much? 4x squared. Okay. Outside? What do we get there? 6x. Inside? Negative 6x. Good catch. And last? Negative 9. Now, what's special about conjugates? What do we notice? Look at the middle. They cancel. Leaving us with 4x squared minus 9. Okay? You think that, is that always going to happen?
Yes.
Morning, Justin. All right, give me an example of two other conjugates. Somebody. Jalan. Four x plus 8. Someone else give me his conjugate. Drew. There you go. Sorry. 4x minus 8. Now, are those conjugates? Yes. If they're conjugates, will the middle terms drop out? Yes. They have to. So who can go straight from the problem straight to the answer? If Josh thinks he can't, think about it. Who can go straight from the problem to the answer? A couple of us? All right, Katie, what is the answer?
16x squared.
Good.
Minus, or no.
That's right, minus is right.
64.
Yeah. Now, why didn't she need to do the two middle terms? Yeah. If they're conjugates, they're always going to cancel. All right, I need someone else to make up a conjugate for me. Make up a problem. Come on. 5x minus 3. All right, what's the conjugate, Jalan? 5x plus 3. All right, everyone multiply it out. You may not do FOIL. You just have to write down the answer. Go. Take 30 seconds. If you're not sure, compare against the person next to you. Yep. This is one tiny little bit. Good. Good start. Good. Okay. Good. There you go. Good. All right. Answer is, Grace.
25x squared minus 9.
All right. So can you do that today on the quiz we're doing? Is that doable?
You can.
Yeah. Do you need to FOIL?
Do you need to show her?
Show where.
Wait, hey.
Well, the question is, do you need to show all the 4 steps if you know the conjugates are going to cancel?
No.
No.
Take points off.
No. Everything else, you got to FOIL out because this is the only special case where this works. All right, so if this is the special case it works, that's great. Now, let's take this in reverse. If I told you this was the answer, and that's the answer, and that's the answer, let's look at some characteristics of this. Look at the first part of each one. What's the first part of each one? They're all squares. What's the middle of each one? A minus. And what's the back of each one? A square. It's a square minus a square. Okay? What's the title called? Why is what a square, Grace? 64 is a square, 9 is a square, 9 is a square. Katie?
Are you going to do the thing where, like, the perfect square thing on the quiz?
Oh.
All right, so look over here. Is x squared a square?
Yes.
Is 4 a square?
Yes.
So let's jump to the factored answer. If they're both squares and there's a minus in the middle, you've got to have conjugates. One's a plus, one's a minus. Who can fill in the missing 4 blanks? What times what is x squared minus 4? Brett? X plus 2, x minus 2. They've got to be conjugates because you don't have a middle term. Look at our next one. Does it qualify? Are they both squares? Is there a minus in the middle? You bet. So, there's our parentheses. One's a minus, one's a plus. Who thinks they can be this one? Josh? X minus 1, x plus 1. Now, I intentionally that time put the minus first. Does it matter on the order? No, not at all. All right, now this is where our squares are going to come in handy. Without looking at the side border up in the corner. What squared is 169?
13.
13. All right, so our next one, someone besides Josh and Brett now. Somebody else? John?
X plus 13.
X plus 13? X minus 13. Good. Luke, you getting the hang of it?
Yeah.
See how it's just the opposite of what we started with? This is where we started the chapter with multiplying. We finished the chapter with factoring. All right, Evan, what are you taking over at grammar school?
Reality.
Pre-algebra? Okay.
That's what we took too.
That's good. All right, a little harder on this next one. 64x squared minus 49. Write down what you think it is. 64x squared minus 49. Good. Good. Yep. Good. Good. No? Making sense? All right. Ryan, what'd you have?
8x minus 7.
8x minus 7.
Oh, you're kidding.
There you go. What's the matter, Grace?
I have to do square of that too.
Yeah, because what times what is 64?
Well, I know what it is. It's 8, but
Oh, I know you did. All right, moving down to the bottom. Big numbers. Talk to me. Raise your hand if you think you got it. Katie?
10x minus 9y.
Why 10x?
The square of 100.
Okay. So 10x minus 9y and 10x plus 9y. Notice how I have the y's at the back? Is it okay to have y's at the back? Because y times y is y squared. All right, so I'm going to give you a big one. The challenge problem, all the way at the top. Factor. See what you can do. Here's the challenge. 256x squared minus 1. No calculators here. Should you know that number?
Yes.
You should. All right, Brett, go ahead.
16x plus 1. 16x minus 1.
Good. Good. If you remember what 16 squared is 256 from a couple days ago, we should know that one. All right, flip it over. All right, let's take a look at all these problems. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Is the front number on all 4 of those a perfect square?
no.
Is the back number a perfect square?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
40, 75.
No.
So this doesn't fit the pattern. I know the third one is, 8 is. But nothing else fits the pattern. So there's got to be some way to go about things that's going to help us to factor them. Because are they still kind of like the pattern? There are 2 terms, and what's in between? A minus. So that's an indication to you that it might be like that. Any ideas? Thoughts? What have we done when we've had a complicated problem that doesn't fit a pattern? What have we looked for?
What did you say?
The GCF. Exactly. look at the first one. Do you see a GCF? 10x squared minus 40? 5 is a CF. 10. Good, Luke. All right, let's take out the 10. Here comes Lodi. There he is. What's left? X squared minus 4. Did you show it to him?
Yeah.
Did you like it? Good. All right, now, forget about the 10 for right now. Don't not bring it along. Look at the inside. Does the inside fit the pattern? Yeah. So, what am I going to write on the next line? Good. First, write the 10. Who can give me my inside answer? Drew? Close.
Minus 2.
Twos. Classic mistake. It's okay. No big deal. A lot of people do that is once they take the GCF out, they forget to break down a little bit further. How can you check it? Is 2 times 2 4? You bet. And there we go. We're done. All right, look at the next one. GCF. What do you think? Raise your hand if you think you see it. Zach? 3. Big brackets. What's left? Go ahead, Zach.
25.
25 is left on the back end.
And x. So x minus 25.
X squared minus 25 is left. Don't forget that squared part. All right, bring down the 3. Who can give me my conjugates? Go ahead, Jalan. Did you say 5? All right, and x plus 5. Are these pretty straightforward? Once you pull out that GCF, it should be pretty easy. All right. Now, number 8 I put on there because it's a little bit special. 4 and 400 are both perfect squares, but we always look for a GCF first. Between 4 and 400, our GCF is 4. Now it's interesting on all of these problems the GCF was exactly what the front number was. Is that always going to be the case? No. But in this couple, it was. All right, so we take out a 4. Tara or Katie, can you take that 4 out for me?
X minus 10. Wait, just
You're already the final answer, okay? What's the middle answer?
2x squared minus 100.
X squared minus 100, okay. And she had the final answer already started. It was x minus 10 and x plus 10, yeah. So first take out that GCF, then do the second step. That's all the work there is. There's no T on the side, there's no math method, there's none of that. All right, that last one. I put this on because it's a little bit more difficult, but not a whole lot. What's my GCF?
11.
Close. Sydney? Nice. 11x. Did you see that x in the back?
Yes.
And you see how it's a cube there? That should trigger you to think, hey, it's not a square. Sydney, what's left after you take out the 11x?
X squared minus 4.
Right. So our final answer, 11x. And Drew, we're going to come back to you.
X minus 2.
Good. You got it this time. All right, that makes sense? So, think for GCFs. Are they always going to be there? Not always. All right, down at the bottom. 23 squared. What does it end in?
9.
It ends in a 9 because 3 times 3 is a 9. What was 22 squared?
44.
484. So you know it's above 484. This is how I remember 23 squared. 2 plus 3 is 5, and the first numbers are 2. 529. It's over the 500s. They're going to start to go up quickly now. So 529. All right? 529 is 23 squared. How are we doing on our squares?